taking an in-depth look at the finest student athletes in Stark County. WHBC Sports presents Behind the Athlete with Jon Bozeka.
Nick Shephard is a senior running back and linebacker here at Fairless High School. He's the type of kid that would literally play every down if you let him. That's just how determined he is to get the Falcons a victory or carry them to that next step. WHBC Sports had to come out here to Fairless High School to see what separates number 32 from the rest of the pack. This is Nick Shephard, and this is Behind the Athlete. Shephard is a throwback Woody Hayes style of runner who loves trucking defenders. There are multiple reasons why, but sometimes simple is best.
I mean, it's easier, I guess. It's fun.
His way of breaking tackles and staying on his feet is so simplistic too.
Just gotta keep going, so if I think I'm running full speed or hitting them, they won't be able to hit me hard enough to knock me down.
And if you are one-on-one with number 32, he tries to win that battle every time.
If I hit him head on, I hope so probably, but I'm not gonna try to juke him or anything. It's just not my type. I don't like doing that.
His coach Don Wilson sums up his running back and linebacker perfectly.
The way he runs the football, it's kind of a, it's an accumulative effect. After a while, in that fourth quarter, it gets a lot harder to tackle him. Because it's a 200-pound fullback coming at you with about a 4.6 40 speed. So those things combined, and he's not afraid to run anybody over. So those things combined makes it pretty tough.
Let's be real though, even a bruiser is fun to watch. And even though he's big, he can still get some breakaway speed when he needs to. These type of highlight reel plays seen from the Falcons' senior back has prompted Coach Wilson to say this.
If you could clone Nick Shephard, it'd be nice, to have a few more of those on the field for you. But I think Nick he adds to the whole group, and I think he's a good addition. And like I said, it's a good mix. We've got some guys that aren't quite as serious as Nick, but sometimes they're helpful in other responses. But we're fortunate to have Nick, and like I said, he adds a lot to the group.
Coach Wilson simply said his back wants the pill. And that's what you want out of a back. And Wilson always has the same talk with Shephard on game night.
We tell him this, and I usually have a thing where I talk to him before the game, and I just say, "Do you want to win?" And he says, "Yeah." Then don't let him tackle you. We keep it simple.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and he just kind of nods and says, "Okay."
Wilson described Shephard as driven, and Nick defined himself as a hard worker. He's also a state wrestling qualifier. He explains his self-definition.
Because I like to push myself and others just to get better. So I like to compete a lot. So whether it's with myself, with other people. So make them better around me and also with me.
And ultimately, this type of comparison from Wilson would humble anyone.
If I was going to compare him, he's an Earl Campbell for some of those old football guys. He's an Earl Campbell type guy. Not a Marcus Allen type guy.
Oftentimes, Shephard just won't go down. It's the grit, determination, and drive of this running back that has allowed him to soar to new heights as a Falcon each and every time he totes the rock. For WHBC Sports, I'm Jon Bozeka.
WHBC Sports presents Behind the Athlete with Jon Bozeka, taking an in-depth look at the finest student athletes in Stark County.